guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela, and on this podcast we're going to be talking about something very interesting that a lot of you guys may have noticed, and that's the narcissist gaze. The narcissist gaze, the way they look at you, the way they stare at you. In the beginning of the relationship, when they might have been looking at you or staring at you, you were probably thinking, this person, maybe they're mesmerized by me, or, maybe they're in love with me, or I don't know, whatever we feed ourselves, right? Because I do believe that a lot of us, we feel some type of, these butterflies in our stomach, and it becomes this excitement of the unknown. And we're not even understanding that they're not really butterflies. It's almost like a warning sign, because once you get to know this person, you realize that that gaze that they were giving you was not what you thought it was. You're going to want to know, what is this person thinking, right? And because you know that this person's negative, or you know that this person's very hurtful, or they have said very hurtful things to you that they have claim that they didn't mean, but you know that when they said those things or when they lied, they meant every single thing they said because they continued to do it. Or you know that to every extent of situations that transpire, that the narcissist is the type of person that always has a comment to make. And the comment is always something that always ends up making you either look bad or feel bad. And it always ends up projecting as if they're better than you. They stare at you basically, and they start to analyze you, or they start to study you, or they're trying to figure you out, or they want to know how much information do you know. They want to know, what you're going to do before you do it. And a lot of times they know what you're going to do before you do it. When they no longer can tell, if, if you've changed or not, there will be moments where you'll see, them stare at you with a glare of hate because they know that you're not falling for anything that, they're saying, and you might look at them and you're like, well, why are you staring at me that way? And they just, they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Or, you're looking at me, but really, that they're looking at you in a very deep way. And it doesn't, that look that once felt like someone who basically, loves you, or they're mesmerized by you, they're that feeling that you used to get when you used to have butterflies in your stomach. All of a sudden, those butterflies start to make you really sick. Like your stomach drops, your heart rate feels like it's racing faster. All of a sudden, you'll get anxiety. All of a sudden, you can't sleep right, or something feels, you start feeling as if the narcissist is talking to you through their mind, and they're saying certain things about you, and they're smiling at you, and they're like, what's wrong? And they have a smirk on their face. What, you okay? And they see that you're tightening up a bit, that, you're starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. They see that those butterflies aren't there anymore, and they see that your skin is crawling now. And to them, it's like, what are you going to say to me next? What are you going to do next? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I really am now? Or do you still not know who I am? Do you still think that you know me? Do you still think I'm the same person? They have this, this look in their eyes as they gaze at you, As they gaze at you, they have this look of satisfaction, They have this look of, why can't you tell why can't you tell who I am? Why can't you tell what I am? It's like there's something from another planet almost, right? And that's what I mean with that gaze, because it doesn't matter how long you've known this person, this narcissist, there will be this gaze. And a lot of times, they are thinking things, a lot of times you might be thinking this person's someone, you can trust, family or friend, and, they have this look like they're really paying attention to what you're saying. But you will see this gaze, this look in their eyes get really, lit up, as if almost like they're not hearing you out anymore. It's almost like they're not truly listening to you. It's almost like they start to tune out, but they're still tuning in. But they're saying all of these remarks, and you will feel it. You will feel something inside of you. And it would, whatever feeling you have inside of you, it'll tell you, stop talking to this person, or stop sharing information to this person. Your inner self will say something to you. It's like this gut feeling that's like, this person doesn't care. This person just wants to instigate, or this person, this person is a spy, or this person can't be trusted. You'll look in their eyes, and there'll be this gaze, this look of pleasure that they're getting from you, and you don't really know truly what the pleasure is, because you're not really feeling pleasurable, or what you're talking about is something important, or something that's hurtful, or something that is, you value, feel strongly about. And when you look at this gaze in their eyes, it's like, it's like they're plotting, or they're thinking, or they're like, aha, I got you. Or, there's always this look. It's like, I know where your weakness is, and then it's almost like you can almost hear their thoughts, and, your inner thoughts are actually telling you, stop talking. And you'll kind of feel like, let me stop talking, because maybe I'm over talking, or maybe I said something, or maybe I said too much, or maybe this person's not interested, or maybe, they get this gaze in their eyes, and it might even be excitement, like they're trying to talk to you. They want to relate to you, right? But a lot of times it's not because they want to relate to you. With a narcissist, it's more of, I've already made up a plan in my mind. Now I'm going to tell you my plan, or, I'm going to throw you off. I'm going to seem like relatable to you, and they might tell you something that they told you a long time ago, or they might tell you something that's not even real, just to get some type of validation from you, or some type of trust. They want to have that trust with you. A lot of times they'll have that look, that gaze in their eyes, and, everything feels wrong. Everything feels bad. Something's telling you, like, run. Something else is telling you, like, this person is a very scary person to be around. Or, something will tell you, like, this person isn't who you think they are. When you look at that gaze, it's like so many things, happen. So many red flags come up in your mind, and, the narcissist, they're just smiling at you. They're like, what? Are you okay? What's going on? And it's like, they know when you've actually realized who they are. And when they know that, you could tell they still are like, what are you going to do to me now? They have this gaze in their eyes, like, what are you going to do next? Are you going to get me back? Because I'm ready. What's your next move? I'm already a couple of steps ahead of you. They have this gaze in their eyes, and sometimes you'll see the smirk, the evil smirk that they usually have, But a lot of times, when you see that gaze and there's no smirk and it's like a deep gaze, a deep stare, they're most likely saying things to you through your mind, like really hateful things about you. Really, really hateful things, to the point, like I said, that your whole body will start trembling. I remember one time my lip kind of started trembling a little bit, like I started looking like a little sad puppy, it was like this frightening feeling inside of me. And, I once thought, when I was naive, I once thought it was excitement. I always wanted to feel excited, especially when you're young, you're thinking, oh, I want to feel excited. I want to feel like I'm having an adventure. I want to feel like I'm risking everything. And you end up with a narcissist, and, you don't realize that feeling that you wanted to feel it was a dangerous feeling to feel. It was a very, very dangerous feeling. And that's what the narcissist brings into your life, is danger. So to them, it's like, you still don't know how dangerous I am, so you're just going to invite me in. They get this look in their eyes. Even when you see them, when they come into your home for the first time, they have this look, this gaze in their eyes. A lot of times narcissists kind of force themselves in your house. So they'll say, can I just use your bathroom? And, if you say yes to them, because they're like, oh, I really have to go, like they're ready to go. And you're just thinking like, this person's putting me in an awful position because I don't want to let anyone in. But the way they approached you, so invasive, almost like controlling, because they feel like they're controlling the situation because they planned it in their mind already. So they're thinking to themselves, I'm going to, I need to use the bathroom. I'm going to enforce it. The first way that you will notice before anything is that the narcissist will have a firm gaze in their eyes when they're looking at you, as in almost in a power way, like almost as in they know they're going to get away with it because it doesn't seem like a big deal, And it's really to go through your house or go through your things, to go through your bathroom, through your drawers. It's really to really do a thorough check. So you'll see that, if you say yes, they get this gaze in their eyes. If you say no, you see the look of this gaze of, evil, competition, because they're like, oh, snap. I've been replaying this scene in my head over and over again. This is how it's supposed to go. And the narcissist, they're so quick on their toes, you guys. That's why you have to pay attention, is that they will get this gaze in their eyes of hate, and you won't even notice it. And they'll kind of look at you like, really, I can't? Like, really? Because I planned this out and this is how it was supposed to go. I was going to intrude myself in and then, start, trying to develop a friendship based on what I see, on what I feel like, they're interviewing you and they might not even have anything, and they're interviewing you almost like, what can I use you for? And when they see that you're like, no, I don't trust you, I don't know you like that, and I don't care if you need to use the bathroom, like I'm not just going to let a stranger in. When they see that you're resilient and that it's not a game out here, and they know that you're not that naive and that you're not going to trust them just because they have a friendly smile and a friendly vibe. So when they see that, because they try to sweet talk you, and after they sweet talk you, or you've spilled so much of yourself out, it's like, hey, you don't mind if I just use the bathroom real quick? And to them, it's the just entering your house. You'll see they have this gaze, this look in their eyes of achievement, like I made them feel comfortable, now I'm coming in. They're like vampires. It's really crazy. So when you don't invite these people in and you have boundaries and you take your time with these people, you'll see the gaze of hate. And then you'll see that after a while, they can't hold those thoughts that they're holding in their brain, because they're talking crap in their brain. They just know that their mouth gets them in trouble, so they tell you the opposite. This is why they're always lying, because they never want to tell you how they really feel, so they're always lying. The narcissist always lies. Every time the narcissist is talking, I'm not lying to you guys. Every time the narcissist is talking, most of the time they're lying about things they shouldn't even lie about. They don't take accountability even for some of the smallest things. The narcissist could, break your head shower and you're living alone and you're like, I know you did it. And they'll have this gaze in their eyes and they'll say, no, I didn't. And you're like, well, who else did it? They'll have this gaze, this blank stare. They expose themselves a lot of times. A lot of times they expose themselves on purpose in different ways. Some ways are more cruel than others, and when they do that, they have this gaze, this look like, just this satisfaction. The narcissist is not you can end up with a physical abuser, but for the most part, the narcissist is very mental. So this is why sometimes they actually do know how to stay quiet, especially if they're smart narcissists. Some narcissists tell on themselves, but when you're dealing with a real, psychopath, they know how to, they know that the battle and the war is in your mind. So this is how they get to you. This is how they feed lies. This is how they pretend to be nice. They pretend like, they'll even make you feel like you're the one in charge. They'll make you feel that way at first. They'll make you feel like you're in charge. And they're like, yeah, keep thinking you're in charge right now because everything's going to change. And they have this gaze in their eyes, when you're telling them what to do or you're being bossy or you're, whatever it is, you think that this person's your dream guy and they have this gaze in their eyes and you're thinking, this guy will do anything. He's my dream guy. He'll do anything I want him to do, they're thinking to themselves, I'm giving you some control right now because what you don't know is that I'm getting ready to get full control over you. I want to know how much you think you can control me because I'm going to control you the worst that you've ever, been controlled in your life. Not even your parents had this type of control over you. And I'm going to teach you about it. So they'll get this gaze in their eyes, and sometimes, they'll go after someone who, this person thinks that they're young, they're invincible. They go after different types of supplies. But, for example, and they're looking at this person like, I'm getting ready to eat you up, prey on you, and you're having a good time. I'm pretending I'm having a good time with you. So a lot of times when the narcissist has this gaze, sometimes they can be, it looks like they're having fun. You guys are enjoying yourselves and it seems like you don't have any worries, like you're on cloud nine. Like it's just you and them against the world. And in those moments, you're thinking like, I'm on cloud nine. Like I can see myself with this person, and they'll have this gaze in their eyes where they're kind of like, I know what you're thinking. I know how you're feeling. I know you feel like you're floating, huh? And, they know what they're doing. They know that, they know exactly where they have you. They know that you have no clue. And they'll have this, gaze in their eyes, You'll see that when things aren't going the way they want it to go, they might not say anything. But if you look in their eyes, you can see the anger, something anxious about them, something anxious, something that never wants to stop, something that has no limits, something that just doesn't have any boundaries, something wicked, something just very coldless. It's like it gets to this point where you're like, I don't really know this person because every time I see them, they look different and there's always this different gaze in their eyes. There's always this different look, and every time that there's a different look, it's cocky. It's, it's very wicked. It's almost like blasphemous, It's like blasphemous. It's like the bottom of the bottom. And they have this, so when you're like, oh, I forgive you, or whatever, they just have this gaze in their eyes like, I'm tired of hearing this forgiveness crap. When are you going to fight back? If I was you, I would have fought back a long time ago. That's the gaze that they have when they're looking at you. It's like, I don't want to hear you say anything anymore because I want you to fight back. The narcissist gaze, you guys, it just says a lot. And I really want you guys to understand that because, I got to a point with the narcissist where it was almost like I could read his mind. He could read my mind almost in that sense. And I remember it was just times where we would be laughing and it almost felt like he was talking to me through my mind and I was talking to him through my mind. And it was even more funnier to us. And now looking back, I'm like, that was pretty scary. That addiction, that type of feeling that someone has that much power to tap into your mind like that, to the point where, we were laughing and really he was laughing at me because he's like, dang, if I have this much power to get into your mind, I can control you however I want. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to talk to you and tell you what I want you to do when you're not even paying attention, when you're not conscious of yourself. Right now, you're conscious and you're laughing because you can consciously see what's going on. But the joke is really on you because by me being able to tap into your brain, into your thoughts, just seeing you, if I haven't seen you for a while and now I pop up and I want to see you and I figure out what has changed about you, your thoughts, I can have access to tap back into your brain and basically haunt you, and that's that gaze that they're giving you. It's like, they're looking at your eyes, that gaze into your eyes, because they're like, I want to be able to see I want to be able to feel you and see you when I'm not around. I want, that's that gaze. The gaze is like, it's almost like they're casting spells through their mind on you. And they're like, you're falling in love with me. They're saying all of these crazy things in their mind, trying to get power over you, trying to channel your energy without you even being aware of it. And it's a very scary thing because, you're not even seeing that, how deep it is, until you finally wake up and you realize your own power. And what I realized during that narcissist gaze is that when I finally knew who they were and they would love bomb me and they would give me that narcissist gaze, I could literally hear what they were thinking in their mind, just the same way that when we would joke around, I could hear their thoughts. So when, this person's love bombing me, even though they were saying certain things to me, even though they were saying these things to me, my mind was literally reading their mind and was telling me the opposite of what they were speaking. And I thought to myself, like, wow. And my mind will tell me this person's lying, that it's really the opposite. Everything they say to you is the opposite. And that's when I realized, like, wow, the narcissist is a liar. They lie about everything. Like, nothing they ever say is right. Like, nothing they ever say is true, And I realized, like, dang, they lie all the time. I understood what they were thinking. I understood what they were thinking, and it's almost like they knew that I knew, and they were kind of like, well, what now? You will see that everything is very scripted with them. You will see that, they'll keep repeating the same thing so that you can believe what they say, because they feel like if I just keep repeating this to you, you're going to believe it. And when they have that narcissist gaze in their eyes, your mind is telling you this person just said, if they keep repeating this to you, you're going to believe it. And you're almost like, baffled because you can't believe that everything you used to think about this person was the complete opposite of what they're doing right in front of you. And you're thinking like, wow, I'm watching you play that same script all over again. Except now it doesn't look like an HD movie. It looks like a black and white movie, and it just looks so fake and so see-through. And you see that look, that gaze, like I said, in their eyes when all this is happening. You would just see that it's like there's no, like I said, no limits, no boundaries. There's nothing. They don't care about the outcome. They don't care about what can happen. They don't care, and they're also, plotting on destroying you. And as much as they say that they're not, it's almost like you can read their mind. You can literally read their every thought. So the narcissist, the war that you will suffer, is going to be a mental war. These people know, especially some of these, the worst, the most, just crucial type of narcissists, they will never admit to their wrongs. And they will always keep playing that script because to them it's a survival mechanism. It's like, this is what I've been doing to survive, and this is what's going to keep me alive. And, sometimes, they think they have everything figured out, and they think they have you figured out. They feel like, you're always going to be upset over them. They'll have this gaze in their eyes like you'll always be sad, you'll always miss them, you'll always love them, or you'll always think about them. You'll always think about how they left you broken, or you won't be able to move on. And they're preying on that. When they think about you, they want to think about you as someone who did move on. So if they know you're angry, to them it's like, are they so angry with me that they moved on? I hope that, I can do something so that they won't be so mad, or they'll speak to me again at least. This is why they're hoping and praying that you speak to them. And once you do, they'll get that gaze, that look in their eyes, and they're thinking like, I got this person. I just want to make sure that they're not happy. I just want to make sure that they don't surpass me. That narcissist gaze is someone that is not happy with themselves. It's someone who is not thinking of the bigger picture. It's someone who, uses people to survive, but cannot understand that some people want to genuinely help them. They can't understand that, things will not always be in their favor. They don't understand that things change, people change. Not everyone wants to deal with that. And sometimes the narcissists, they do think about that. That's sometimes what they fear the most. And this is why they push people away over and over and over again, because sometimes that is something they fear the most. But the narcissist has a problem thinking that they will always be better no matter how messed up they are. No matter what situation they are, they feel like they can always get over on you. And this is where, they'll have this gaze like they always got something over on you. And they'll keep that gaze on you till the end, because they want you to really believe the world through their eyes. So that gaze is for you to permanently look at the world through their eyes instead of your own. So they keep their eyes on you so that you can, look at the world in their way, and you won't be able to find your light, or you won't be able to shine your light. The narcissist just does not want you to be able to do that, because they're not allowed to, because they're incapable of. because they feel like they can't. The narcissist feels like they can't, so they feel like you can't, So you'll see that there's so much conversation that goes on with a narcissist based on just that narcissistic gaze. It's like watching, watching a crime that was committed, and there's a couple that's speaking about the crime that was committed, and one person's really not talking that much, right? And the other person's doing all the talking, and they're looking at that other person almost like, I control you. You know how I think. You know what I want you to do. You know what I want you to say next. It's this gaze of I'm slowly controlling you, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. It's just the look that I'm giving you. It's you might not think this is a way that can brainwash someone, but eye contact shows another person that you're not afraid. It shows another person that you stand firm at what you say, that you're in control of yourself. Looking at someone in the eyes is letting them know, I'm in control of myself. I don't care who you are, what you do, what you want me to feel about, life and others. I know who I am, and you don't need to know anything else because I'm making eye contact with you. I'm letting you know. So, eye contact, helps in situations like that. But what the narcissist does with that gaze, it's them speaking through their mind to you, and, them wanting to, connect themselves to you and control you, basically. They want to tune into your channel and control you. And it's like they're letting you know, I'm in control of you. It's almost like they're hypnotizing you, So that's basically what that narcissist gaze is about. Them trying to gain access to your mind, control you, letting you know that they're the ones in control. So this is why, they stare at you, they gaze at you. You haven't seen this person in a while, they'll gaze at you. You're in deep conversation with them, they'll gaze at you. It's a sense of control with them, and, it's something that, like I said in the beginning, it's going to feel like this person might be your soulmate, everything you ever wished in a person. Over time, it's like a demon in your mind, and you're trying to get away from this demon, and even when they're not around, they're still lingering in your mind some way, somehow, because you haven't closed that chapter. You haven't stopped seeing the world through their eyes. Everything, how you're living according to the limitations this person has placed on you and your thoughts and your beliefs in life and what you can accomplish. So I hope that this video, you guys, was helpful for you guys. I know a lot of you guys, just like myself, have experienced that narcissist gaze from different people. Like I said, the narcissist war is a mind war. That's why it doesn't matter what place in life you're in. It's a mind war. And there's many different techniques, different ways that narcissists use to cheat their way in the game by destroying others. And, they make sacrifices. And, while they're gazing at you, they're literally putting spells on you. That's what they're technically doing. To them, it's like, if they haven't seen you and then they see you, to them, it's like, I just need to look you in your eyes because I'm trying to sacrifice you. I need, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and they need a piece of your soul. So that's how you have to look at it, So, I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of peace, lots of light in your healing journey. I hope that everyone, makes it out of this journey in these hard times that we're in. I hope that you make it out of this journey, because there's a real mind war going on. There's a sense of fear fear that narcissists from all aspects in life have placed on many empaths, and a fear of not being our best and truest self because we've let someone look us in our eyes and control our minds. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to subscribe if you're a new subscriber. Like and share this video if you care, and I will talk to you guys on the next podcast. Love you guys. Bye.